Fad diets, the good, the bad, and the really ugly. In today's video, we're going to look at the Whole30 diet and whether or not you should be following it. Hi, I'm Registered Dietitian Libby Parker, and today's video was made in collaboration with the fabulous RD-to-be Alyssa Los to debunk the popular Whole30 diet. The Whole30 diet is a strict diet that focuses on eating unprocessed or whole foods for 30 days, consisting of fruits, vegetables, protein, and good fats. It restricts sugar, both real and artificial, as well as not allowing alcohol, grains, legumes, dairy, certain additives, baked goods, and processed food. In addition, you're also advised not to weigh yourself for 30 days. The Whole30 diet claims to be anti-inflammatory, and in the process improving energy levels, body pains, assisting with weight loss, curing skin conditions, digestive issues, and allergies. The diet was created by Melissa Hartwig, a certified sports nutritionist and author. Melissa is not a credentialed dietitian. You can watch my YouTube video on registered dietitians versus nutritionists, what's the difference, to learn why this is important. I linked that video in the description below this. One of the members of their team, Sarah Steffens, is the brains behind the recipe development. She has a Bachelor's of Art in Business Administration, Public Relations, and no degree in nutrition or any related fields. It's critical to follow credentialed experts in order to obtain accurate, evidence-based information. First off, the good. So this diet isn't entirely bad. The good part of the Whole30 is that it reduces processed foods, which often lead to excess sodium or other additives in the diet. And the diet encourages fruits and vegetables, which are rich in antioxidants, to fight inflammation and has fiber to improve digestion. Another beneficial component of the diet is that it discourages alcohol for 30 days. Excessive alcohol can lead to unnecessary calories, nutritional deficiencies, and dependence resulting in alcoholism. According to the recommended dietary guidelines for Americans, alcohol can be consumed in moderation, specifically 1 serving for women daily or 2 servings for men daily. Most people who drink don't stick to these guidelines very well, so an occasional month off can be very healing. The diet also encourages not weighing yourself for 30 days, which I fully support. Constant weight checks can cause unnecessary anxiety and stress, not to mention our body weight constantly fluctuates. Did you know that your weight fluctuates up to 5 pounds in a day due to clothes, bladder and bowel movements, and fluid balance? Okay, so now on to the bad. This diet is strict. No exceptions can be made, which can create a negative relationship with food, as well as can cause social isolation. Guilt and shame are not healthy reactions to eating food. As registered dietitian Mauney points out, the Whole30 diet can often turn into sort of an ongoing restrict binge cycle over time where you limit certain foods and then end up overdoing it on those foods later before going right back to restricting or trying to be good. The restrict binge cycle is something I commonly see among my clients who have an unhealthy and unhappy relationship with food. Going out to eat is also not easy on this diet, and unless you have a personal chef on hand, it looks like it can take a lot of time to prepare specific meals. This diet is also confusing and misleading. It stresses an importance on healthy fats. However, the diet allows ghee, also known as clarified butter, bacon, and sausage, as long as they don't have additives. But they're still filled with saturated fats, known as the unhealthy fats, as they can increase our LDL cholesterol levels. I'd also like to stress that labeling foods as good or bad can result in nutritional deficiencies, as all foods can be incorporated into a healthy diet. Most legumes are also discouraged due to phytates, which are a natural antioxidant compound. Some legumes like green beans or sugar snap peas are allowed, and the diet allows nuts, which are found to also be high in phytates. The thought process behind this is that phytates are known to bind to minerals like zinc, iron, and calcium. Dr. Wheel, the director of Arizona Center for Integrative Medicine at the University of Arizona, points out phytates in your everyday meals should not be an issue as long as you're eating a balanced diet. Most of us consume enough minerals in common foods to more than make up for those small amounts of the micronutrients that might be tied up in phytates. In addition, if you're truly concerned, phytates can be reduced by soaking or fermenting them. So overall, legumes can be part of a healthy diet and tend to be anti-inflammatory foods, which is oddly left out of the Whole30 anti-inflammatory diet. Lastly, another confusing Whole30 rule is that sugar is discouraged, both artificial and natural. However, fruit and fruit juices which contain natural sugar is allowed. I could point out several other flaws, but ultimately the Whole30 diet rules often don't make sense of their allowed foods and they contradict their health statements. Okay, now for the really ugly. The main reason this diet can cause issues is that in the short time frame can lead to changes in our metabolic set point and create nutrition deficiencies. Our metabolic set point is the weight our body is programmed to be. Constant weight changes can rechange our set point, To learn more about your metabolic set point, I recommend neuroscientist Sandra Emmott's TED Talk on why dieting doesn't work that I've linked below. The Whole30 diet promotes dieting for only 30 days because of its strict nature. Like many diets, this is one that can't be transformed into a healthy long-term relationship, as vitamin and mineral deficiencies can start to develop. So what deficiencies can it cause? Well, in this diet, dairy is avoided, which can cause calcium and vitamin D deficiencies, known to help with muscle contraction, symptoms of depression, and serve a multitude of other purposes. Grains are also discouraged, which can lead to carbohydrate and fiber deficiencies. Carbohydrates are essential to fuel our brains to provide essential B vitamins, which are in charge of a variety of metabolic processes in our body. Therefore, the claims of increased energy couldn't be further from the truth. And if you aren't eating loads of other fiber-filled foods like vegetables and fruits, you're likely to have constipation, causing digestive harm in the long run. So what diet should you do? Well, the short answer is simple: none. Focus on healthy lifestyle changes instead of restriction. I'm sure all dietitians sound like broken records, but eating foods focused in balance and moderation really is the key to a healthy lifestyle. Check out my YouTube video on what is a healthy diet anyway, linked in the description below for insight into a more balanced lifestyle. I hope today's video helped provide insight into the Whole30 diet and answered questions on its impact. Please click subscribe to watch more informative videos about diet debunking and eating disorder recovery. Also, please comment below if you have a particular diet you'd like to have debunked.